guys, I'm just going to quickly do a super quick tutorial on how to get long-lasting faux freckles that look super natural in the flesh. I've seen some really terrible fake freckles and they're getting to the point where everybody's quite happy to have them looking even more and more fake. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. So I thought I would do a tutorial on how to achieve the most natural, long-lasting version of freckles that I have perfected. So hopefully you enjoy it. I'm going to zoom in and show you how I do it. So you want to start off with a matte brown eyeshadow. This palette by Natasha Denona is the Camel palette and it's great because it's got 3 matte tones that would work for me throughout the year. So if I wanted them to be slightly lighter or slightly darker, I've got options. So you can just choose a palette that has a couple of options for yourself. You're going to just scrape a tiny amount of the chosen colour off onto a palette. I have this clear one, I will link one below for you. Then the key to this is to use the Inglot Duraline. This is a mixing medium that will transform your eyeshadow to a liquid and it will also make it waterproof. So I'm just going to add 1 dot. I've applied a little bit more to my palette just so you guys can see. And you want the consistency to be quite watery. Think of it more as a watercolour rather than an eyeliner, for instance. The brush I'm using is a paintbrush from a craft store. You can get one from Hobbycraft or your local craft store and just choose one that's kind of like sitting at 0 because you want it to be quite small. Regular makeup brushes just don't come small enough. You could also trim a generic eyeliner brush to a nice thin point. So I've got my foundation on, my skin is a little bit on the dry side at the moment so it doesn't look perfect, but hey, that is life and it is skin. So we're going straight on across the nose. We are applying a light amount in irregular dots and spacing, and then before it dries in place we're going to use our finger to press over it. Your finger will pick up any remaining fluid which you can dab next to those freckles for a very lighter version, and that will give you that kind of more natural looking freckle. And then I'm going in with a plain brush, which is a makeup brush, and I'm pressing this into the foundation. That way we're going to get an even lighter finish and then we can start working over the top of this with even more freckles. That way we can build it up to the desired amount. Just don't go too crazy, else it will start to look fake. If you'd like your freckles to be a little bit more intense in their colour payoff, you can make the consistency a little bit thicker. So just add a little bit more of that eyeshadow to the Duraline. I do apologise that I am on the lower half of the screen. It's really hard to try and stay in focus and make sure I'm in the shot as well. If you watched my recent upload, A Day in the Life of a YouTuber, you'll see that I do everything myself. So it is quite difficult when you're the camera person, the model, the makeup artist, the editor, everything. So forgive me, but hopefully you can see the gist of what I'm doing here. I'm layering these freckles up, and the beauty about using the Duraline means that they are not going anywhere. They're going to last all day. You could of course use a brow pomade with the Duraline. You don't have to use powder, but I feel like the eyeshadow just gives a softer finish. I've tried a ton of different products for faux freckles, and for me this is the ultimate realistic and most natural finish. You don't even have to tap it in with your finger. You can just use a brush, that way it won't disturb any of your foundation. So that's a super quick way to achieve barely there freckles. It's just enough to give you that light smattering that looks like it's slightly underneath your foundation. So they look almost really, really natural, as if you've just been kissed by the sun and underneath you are looking beautifully freckled. Freckles for me are a sign of like youthfulness. I know that most freckles are a sign of sun damage. However, when you see someone with freckles, you think, oh, you look really healthy, you've got some colour. I know some people are born with freckles and that is like consistent, and they're also beautiful. I have a cousin who has beautiful freckles and she hates them. She really wants to cover them up all the time, and I'm like, no, you look beautiful with freckles because they make you look younger. If you want to achieve some light freckling, you can do it across your cheeks. You can go up your forehead, a little bit on your chin. I'm just showing you the basic version of a waterproof, long-lasting faux freckle that I would do across my nose. I love this for the summer, especially for that no makeup look. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please give the tutorial a thumbs up if you did. If you have any requests for tutorials, leave them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get back to you. I will list and link all the products I've used in the description bar, and I will see you in a couple of days with another tutorial. Bye guys!